Hello, Bushcraft family, back again with another video. And guess what? I'm going to bring you another video. Like I just said, duh. Anyways, there are so many YouTubers, I should say prepping YouTubers out there that tell you to do this and tell you to do that and whatnot. Everybody is different. And hello, cat. I'm trying to record here. What do you want? Sorry. Anyways, they tell you to get this and get that and everything, and everybody's different. Stop. Everybody is different. Everybody has different needs and things. And what may be good for one prepper to prep may not be good for another one. And there are some things that we overlook sometimes that preppers tell you to, stockpile this and stockpile that and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm kind of going to debunk some of this stuff. Okay, one of the first things that we come across, we all know when the thing happened, 2020, everybody went out and bought tons of bottled water and toilet paper, of all things. Yeah, toilet paper. And since then, preppers have been saying, prep all this toilet paper so you need it, and all that stuff. Paper towels, all that, yeah. Well, the thing is, say, a shift event happens, eventually toilet paper is going to run out. And toilet paper was not always a thing. We always didn't have toilet paper. When I lived with my grandpa, it was a bucket of water and a corn cob, of all things, to clean yourself. And boy, when I found out that there was a such thing as toilet paper, it was wonderful. But that is how they did things back then. They didn't, and believe it or not, stockpiling, a ton of toilet paper, especially nowadays, since it's so expensive now. What about reusable rags and washcloths and things like this? If you have ways of cleaning things like that, it is so much more affordable, for one. And if, I can't believe this is the first thing I'm talking about when I'm talking about this video, but if a shift thing does happen, eventually toilet paper will cease to exist, if you get my meaning. Same thing with paper towels. They make hand towels that you can do the same thing with. Of course, you have to wash them and things like that, but that's what they did before, disposable things. And the next one on the list, because I'm hurry up and get past that one. I've seen, I've stocked up on 5 years of disposable razors. Okay, what happens after 5 years? You end up looking like me. They had things. They had ways of shaving before disposable razors, and they still make these things. It's a razor knife, and I've actually have knives that I can sharpen, that I have sharpened, that will take the hairs off my arm. There are other means that are reusable, not reusable, or I should say, you can reuse it and you can resharpen it. It takes a little time, a little practice, but there's the straight edge blade that will shave better than any disposable. Another thing is, one thing that's very important, which I found out really quick. I wasn't planning. The other day I went out hiking, and some people have seen the video on my other channel and whatnot, but I wasn't planning on doing the full 15 miles, but I ended up regretting it toward the end because my feet were extremely sore because I wasn't wearing the proper footwear. It was just a cheap pair of shoes, because I'm very active. I go through shoes quite easily. So, but having a very good pair of boots, shoes, can mean a lot. Same thing with footwear, you know, having the proper socks for one thing. Having socks that don't wear out in 2 or 3 days of vigorous walking or whatnot. Very important. And another thing, we'll get to this one, is a lot of, even I say it, but I also tell people, stockpile batteries, which is good in a way, but don't rely on that. Don't rely on just batteries to run your flashlights and your lights and your camping lights and things like that, radios and everything. Have solar. Solar is one of the nicest things to have when power goes out, because you don't have to run a generator, meaning you don't have to have gasoline for it. All those things that you would run, be it solar. It does, you need the sun and you need a clear day and stuff like that. But the fact is that it's reusable, that you can recharge your cell phones, your radios, your lights. Everything nowadays is rechargeable. So being able to plug in a power bank or something that you have charged with solar is, well, way more important than batteries itself. Another thing is, see way too many people, because everybody knows my thing is water. It's very important to have water, and it's okay to have some bottled water. I have bottled water myself, and the thing is, don't rely on just bottled water, because eventually that bottled water will run out, and then what are you going to do? And not to mention bottled water, a lot of people need other things besides just to drink. You need to be clean. You need to, if you get cuts, and you need to be able to clean out those things. And it's good to have other water. And then you need to be able to purify that water. There's many methods. I'm not going to go through all the different things and everything. I'll probably end up doing another video on storing water and stuff like that, because I've had a lot of questions about it here lately. Even though I got old videos, I think I still have the old video about it. But not only bottled water, but you need to have other sources. You need to have gray water. You need to have water that you can put down, use for the toilet to, do your business. And another thing, our next one here is, a lot of preppers are telling you, stock up on bleach. because it purifies this and you can purify the water and everything. Bleach has a shelf life. It has an expiration date. It does not last very long. Go ahead, if you don't believe me, go in your laundry room and check it out. Go look. It does not have, it goes bad. The chemicals inside of it, it just dissipates, and it's you know, it's less effective and whatnot. So that could be very that could be a very risk to your life, because everybody says that, well, the best way to purify water is use bleach. What if that bleach is no good? And then, I put the drops in there and I shook it up. No, water's good. And then you get dysentery. So many people in the olden days, that was one of the major things that they died from when they were heading west. The old wagon trails and stuff. That was one of the number one ways they died was dysentery. So don't rely on that bleach to purify your water. There's other uses for bleach, cleaning areas, disinfectant, and all that stuff. And it doesn't have a very good shelf life. There's alternative. There's peroxide that has a longer shelf life. Vinegar is, if it's stored right, it doesn't go bad. Those are two good other things right there. But you also have other ways to take bacteria and stuff out of the water and whatnot. There's tablets. And again, don't rely on tablets. I dislike the fact tablets are good for an emergency situation. And again, tablets do have a shelf life also, so be warned of those too. And canned goods. Too many times everybody says, stock up on canned goods, this and that and whatnot. Canned goods are good. Unfortunately, the majority of the canned goods now are pop tops, and pop tops do not last barely 2 years if you're lucky. They may and they may not. That's the thing. And I've got a snoring cat on my lap, so hopefully you guys can't hear that. Canned goods are good. I have canned goods myself. I have canning jars, these things of things too that would last a lot longer than those cans would. And on top of that, a lot of the canned goods that you get nowadays, soups, the meats and everything, are cranked way up with sodium. So it preserves it longer, I guess. The flavor and whatnot. You want to try to stay away from those things. And that's all I'm going to go on about the canned foods. Our next one is peanut butter. Peanut butter is great, and I see a lot of preppers, and unfortunately, there's bad and good to this. A lot have said, "Whoa, get this all natural stuff because it's better for you and everything." It is. It's better for you, but it has a tenth of the shelf life as that, the Skippy and the Jif and all those. Is there still Jif? I don't know, but you know what I mean. The name brands, and they're loaded with sugars and other stuff and preservatives, and that's why they last so much longer than the natural, because The natural is full of oils and everything, which the oils are still good, but unfortunately, oil does go rancid, and that's why the natural peanut butter goes bad first. So if you're saving it for preps and stuff, the natural healthy stuff is not the best. Keep that up in your cupboard for your peanut butter jelly sandwiches and things like that. And everybody says prep what you eat. Don't prep anything else because it's a waste of money and everything. Well, in case, and I've mentioned this before, in case there is a shift or something like that, bad stuff happens and whatnot. The things that you don't eat, that you don't like, can also bring you other things that you need. So, say for instance, I can't stand lima beans. If I had cans and cans of lima beans, everybody would say, "Oh, you're not a good prepper. You prep those lima beans. That's a waste of money and this and that." Well, what if I traded those lima beans to somebody who likes lima beans and they gave me ammo or water or medicine or whatever? Which is better? Being the prepper, as so many term the phrase, prep what you eat, don't prep anything else. Sometimes having extra stuff, even if you don't like it or whatever. Say I'm going to Dollar Tree and they have 4 for $1 on a certain can of something, and I don't eat that, but that's such a good deal. Maybe I'll get 8 cans of it, and I've spent what, $2? And then what could I trade that for down the road, maybe? And if I didn't, I'm out $2. Woo. So that's the thinking of that, and that's not the prepper thinking. That's a survivalist, and that's why I always say I don't like the whole prepping thing, because I'm more of a survivalist. I don't like the term prepping or the prepper term. But anyways, I hope this made a little bit of sense. It's like a little video that I thought would be very important. Until next time, God bless.